Welcome to On the Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 176. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on. We show you some of the challenges we're facing. We show you a glimpse of the future. This is the show where you get to interact with us. We want to hear your ideas. We want to hear your feedback. We want to hear your jokes, just not about Spelljammer. This is the show where we often will veer off topic, get lost in the sauce, and maybe have some technical difficulties. But most of all, this is a show where we spend the next 2 hours hanging out with our amazing community, enjoying some frosty beverages, and talking terrain. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
You can pay money to throw stuff at us.
Really? How does that work?
I would love to set that up, actually.
Just think like a catapult that's like a...
Yeah, there's got to be something. I know they've got stuff that you can hook up to like certain... I don't know, you can do a lot with point spends. We'd have to have somebody here to throw things. If I asked Mace if she'd want to stand here and throw things whenever somebody spent channel points, she would do it.
God.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be... That would be a terror. Yeah. She would be headhunting. It would be like living dodgeball all over again. God, dodgeball I was like the little kid I didn't hit my growth spurt really late, so like middle school dodgeball was one of my nightmares, right? There was kids that were like 7 feet tall, and I was like small and wily and would just get pegged. Oh. I would be reliving that if Mace was in here throwing stuff.
We didn't do dodgeball terribly often. I think I was good at catching it generally. And so I think that was
mostly the 80s when they wanted to terrify kids, like they wanted to torture you. They realized maybe later on that it was not. It was mixed, right? It was like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and I was like the little 6th grader that was like 2 feet tall with these like 8th graders.
Having people do like very physical sports. Around growth spurt time is a really bad idea.
Murder.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? What's going on? What are we doing tonight? What's happening? Who's on first?
So we're doing kind of a fun thing. Maybe you can guess from the title of the stream, but we're going to be doing a mocking stream, which is kind of fun.
What are we making fun of?
Yeah. So derailed me. We haven't done this in a while.
I was good at taking the headshot in dodgeball.
Good at taking the headshot? Somebody's got to, right?
That's what, yeah.
Somebody's got to get hit, and you volunteer. Yeah. So that's the main thing. We're gonna be mocking up some ideas for pieces for Perilous Frontiers, and just generally going over the news. And I think that's basically it. And then about an hour into it, we're gonna give away a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card.
What do you have to do to get that card?
You just got to type the word that we decide on when we get there. It's probably going to be something embarrassing or borderline, borderline illegal.
Borderline illegal.
Yeah.
The Twitch police are going to track us down.
Yeah.
And we love to hear from you. If it's your first time here, you're welcome to hop on in. You can of course lurk, but we love to hear from people, particularly new people, right? I like hearing fresh ideas, and of course, all of our longtime beloved folks. We always want to hear from you. It's amazing having so many long-time, right? People have been watching this channel. How many years is it?
We've been doing this for over 6 years now.
Six years.
This month was our 6-year anniversary.
The best
of streaming.
Wow.
Yeah.
Remember when we did an anniversary game? That was like 100 years ago.
Before we had. Back when streaming was like the thing I did, and it was easier to set those things up. Yeah. Someday we'll do something fun again.
Someday.
We just don't have fun anymore.
So hop in the chat. Be nice. Win some money, and we're gonna be getting. I don't know where it's gonna go. We're gonna be cutting up. We're using real blades tonight and cutting stuff up. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well. Shall we get into the announcements?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
It's the news. It's the news. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, what?
What's in the news?
Man, not a ton. Well, actually, a fair amount.
Yeah.
Nothing super complicated, I don't think. So Dungeons Reforged shipping is done. except for, well, I guess it's all been sent out. It hasn't gotten to everybody yet, but like everybody should have gotten their shipping notices unless your order is being held for some reason or other. If you asked us to hold it, or if you didn't give us your shipping information or something.
Or I think there's a few people that didn't do treasure chests that we're waiting on. Or...
Yeah.
But it's like 30 people. It's not a lot. It's like
it's
a
not
handful.
It's not even 30. I think he said it was like 11.
Wow.
At this point.
So we're down to...
So, yeah,
amazing.
everybody should have their shipping notice by now. If you haven't, I think now is the time to ask customer support and just make sure that like all of your information was actually good. Yeah, I think it should all have gone out by now. So all that with that done, we're looking at launching it in store now. And we're looking at, yes, this is the 30th anniversary for Dwarven Forge this year as well. Gen Con specifically is the 30th anniversary.
Wild.
Yeah, we're looking right now at launching the stuff into the store the week of March 9th, I believe it is. We're looking at...
That's soon. That's
yeah,
in
it's very soon.
Yeah.
I think Mace posted in Slack
I think it's March 9th. It sounds like
it's
that.
the week of March 9th. She posted
it's that
12th in Slack, and then that's a Thursday. And then I heard her then say the 10th.
The 10th makes more sense. We like to do Tuesday because we get stuff. When we do Thursday, the warehouse gets backed up, and then some of the stuff doesn't ship till Monday.
Yeah, I thought it was weird, but I just kind of accepted the 12th initially. But I think it might actually be the 10th. We'll have that like officially announced very soon. The sets are going to go up for preview, so you can see what everything is and the prices and all that. I think we're on track to set that live early next week. So early next week, we should have the official launch information out, and you should be able to look at all the sets and everything and put together your wish lists and all that.
Coming fast.
Yes, coming very fast.
You know, we should talk about Sinister while we're here. We don't have anything new to report. So there's been some, or was that already on the to-do list?
No, I was just giving you the...
So there's been some problems with some of the Sinister paint. Long and the short of it is that we're still waiting for the factory opens up. I think next week. Like there's a bunch of stuff we have to do back and forth with them to get to sort it out. So I know it's been kind of a really prolonged holding pattern, right? Because they've been closed for a month. So I know you guys are waiting to hear more news, but we have a bunch of back and forth we have to do. So it's still going to be a little bit yet. So it will be probably middle of next month. We'll have some info to share.
Yeah.
Wish it was sooner. It was really poor timing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
David Moffat, got my order, but the circular lid for the dread pedestal does not fit in it. Is it by any chance very cold where you are? Is it cold at all? Were the pieces left out in the cold?
Are you in Vermont?
Are you in Vermont? Because we had that happen with Eli's, and then he warmed the pieces up, and then they fit.
Yeah, he was like losing his mind. He said he couldn't get anything.
It was, but I'll try it now. Warmer in here. Yeah, I think with some of the,
because it should fit like it should fit. It's a friction fit, but it should fit no problem.
Yeah, I think that the pieces are pliable. It's a soft plastic, so when they're colder, they lose some of that pliability. So it's very cold in a lot of places right now. So when Eli got his order, none of his inserts for the pedestal were fitting. And then the next day, after they'd been in the house and they warmed up, like they actually did fit in. So yeah, it should be okay. If after they warm up, they still don't work, let us know, and we'll we can replace it if you've actually got like an effective one.
I have Sinister with regular, but like it should just pop.
Yeah.
It should just pop in like not so difficult.
Yeah. If they, and it's just like part of it is just it's dwarvenite, right? It's a soft material, so it has some flexibility, some give to it. Oh, you're in New Jersey? Yeah. So you've had the same cold weather that we've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know what? Speaking of Eli, we should tell people we were supposed to have Eli on today.
Yeah, but he canceled on us.
Turns out there was a blizzard that corresponded with his arrival, so we postponed to next week. So that's why there's no Eli today. He's still up in Vermont. he will be in next week. So we'll have Eli episode next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Are the double doors meant to fit snugly, or is it supposed to be loose? It depends what you mean by snugly and loose. They shouldn't be like friction fitting inside the frames, but they've got like, you know, they got the pegs on the top and bottom that should fit fully inside it, but then they should swing really easily.
But
once
they
once
kind
they're
of
in there.
they're tight when they close. They
Yeah.
have some friction sort of holding them together, and then they should be able to open. They should swing with ease.
Yeah.
Is dwarvenite microwavable? Woof.
At least once.
Yeah.
It's plastic, right? So like,
I don't think it's a good idea.
yeah, it's probably
I
not.
think hot water.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, hot water it. Doors need a hot water bath before they'd swing well and close well. True. Yeah, just the dwarvenite temperature affects it a lot. So if you got stuff that like just isn't fitting the way it's supposed to, try warming it up and then pushing it where it's supposed to go. It should then, yeah, like if you do put it in the pedestal and leave it there for a while, it should like learn to hold that shape.
Are the double door arches coming off easily? It's friction fit also, like just like the city builder walls, right? You should just it should lift up smoothly. So yeah, it's not supposed to be like super tight, impossible to get out.
That said, it shouldn't be like falling forward out of the base, but yeah, it's not supposed to like really snap together. It's just supposed to sit in there. Okay, what were we?
You can microwave anything once.
Yeah. Right. So Dungeons Reforged. So we're hoping week March 9th. Sinister. And so because we're waiting on the Sinister news, currently we're actually not planning on having the Sinister daises or large floors in the store release as we figure out exactly what is happening with them and what we can do with them. Yeah.
Can you define little bitches? What are they? Are the wyverns? What?
You mean little notches? I think it's supposed to be little notches because both of those letters are close to it. Yep, notches. Yeah.
So we it was in one of our updates. We had some engineering challenges with this. What we were able to accomplish in the prototype with the resin, we were able to get it really thin, like it was like millimeter thin on the edges, and in dwarvenite it wasn't going to hold up. So we had to, and we didn't have wiggle room for the light puck, so we needed like an extra millimeter of wiggle room, and this material was always so thin, so we had to cut those out so that the light puck would still fit and wouldn't blow out the sides. And the theory was you could either put it in line with floors and that would cover it, or put those stairs up against it that come with it. But yeah, it was one of those cases of us riding the prototypes too close to. There was not enough margin of error. We should have known when I couldn't, like, everything was so tight you couldn't even get the, like, getting the stuff in and out was already too tight. We should have known we were in trouble. But yeah, it was kind of a bummer. Eli was really bummed after sculpting them all smooth.
Can we get fills for them? I don't know what we could get as a fill. It's kind of thin. I don't know. We don't currently have.
You put the stairs up.
True. You can put stairs up against it basically to, and then that kind of like makes sense with the sculpts and like lets people get up there. The small stairs do fit really well against it.
I put black gaffer's tape on the inside.
Yeah.
Something out. Oh yeah, just
True,
put the light puck
just
in as a black. That's a really good idea.
You could also just tape the inside. Yeah, if you've got another light source in there though, you wouldn't be able to have the light puck there. So yeah, taping it might be the best you can do. Yeah, I think that's all the DR stuff.
Kind of cool. I hadn't put Sinister in the regular Dread pedestal. Looks kind of neat.
Works pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay. After that,
the idea was you could just put this. You can put this anywhere. Like it's standalone. So.
After the Dungeons launch, our restock should be on track to go into the store in late March or early April. We'll know better for sure once it actually hits port. But with the schedule we've been given, we're expecting it to go up in late March, early April currently.
Oh.
Um,
Probably early April, realistically, based on
Probably.
inventorying and shipping, and I don't know all the
Yeah.
nonsense. Like,
we'll let you know and announce the date as soon as we actually know for sure.
yep.
Right now it's how long will it take to get through customs and all that. So, yeah.
Tariff bills, it's nonsense.
Before then,
You know what you get tariff nonsense. You know what Jay said right now UPS is doing
what's
with
up?
the tariffs? So this Supreme Court struck down the tariffs, but
Yes.
they're still in place. And so then Trump announced a new 15% global tariff. UPS doesn't know, like, because nothing has formally been removed,
Mm-hmm.
they're just stacking the 15 on top of the 30 to be safe.
Cumulatively, or like they're not doing an extra 15% on,
Extra 15 on
but it's
top
like
of the
but it's like
30.
additional, not like multiplicative.
Yeah,
Right.
an additional,
Okay.
yeah, but it's an additional 15 on top. Like, but although theoretically anything that was on the water before it was announced doesn't get hit with it or whatever, but it's just like it's absolute bedlam. It's like so until it gets formally removed, they're now working on a 45% basis, which is just insanity.
Yeah.
Madness,
That's
madness.
that's nuts.
Yeah, it's a
Mudkip,
real stress.
Mudkip, they're going to be getting the cities production done first, but we will probably have them do another restock to go right after they're done with the cities stuff.
Cities is the it's all cities all the time.
Yeah.
Until as soon as they get I think they're up and running next week, and then it's all cities for 6 weeks or something, and then we can sort out what's next.
Yeah. What else is there?
I agree, Paul.
East Helite.
Was there the other Adepticon?
I think we got everything. Yeah, so we got Adepticon. In about a month, Adepticon is happening. We'll be there again. This is going to be our fourth year in a row, third year in a row.
Best con.
Because we skipped the one, we skipped like 22 or something.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be back in Adepticon in Milwaukee. We've got, I think, a nicer booth location this year, so I'm really excited for that. Yeah, we're an end cap, so we'll be able to have people on 3 sides of the booth. So we're gonna do some fun stuff with that. Yeah, it's a really fun time. I would highly recommend it. Fun thing is, this is a convention where you can actually come walk the floor and go to the vendors and stuff without paying. Like, you don't need a badge to do that. You need a badge to do events.
You can just walk in. Anybody can walk in off the street and be part of the fun.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
So, yeah, very fun convention. More war game focused than RPG, but cool stuff. A lot of cool terrain, a lot of cool miniatures.
There's some people playing games. There's some people playing board games. There's some people playing Magic. There's like it's the same. Anytime you have a gathering of nerds, there's always like some fun.
Yeah. Now that it is in a larger convention center, they are starting to grow their RPG stuff.
It's in a big Milwaukee convention center.
Yes, Milwaukee Adepticon about a month from now. I might actually be. Is it like a month exactly?
Yeah,
right now.
I think so 20. Wow.
Yeah. We won't be at PAX East because that is too close to Adepticon, and we can't stretch ourselves like that thin.
Well.
Yeah. I think that's Adepticon. So last thing of note, if you're in Australia, we have our first overseas game store that we've affiliated with. This one is in Melbourne. Or Melbourne? How do they pronounce it?
Melbourne?
Is it Melbourne?
Melbourne.
I think
Melbourne.
Man, just trying not to do that. Yeah, it's our first time doing that because they were already like pretty set up. Had a ton of our stuff already. Long time customer. Getting the link for it now. It's HP Gaming. They do like professional GMing. They run like a lot of different kinds of games. So if you're in the area, you check out the game store maybe if you're looking for places to play.
Frida, Frida suggested we make new inserts for the painting cult insert to give out to people who go to the con in person. You're saying for to celebrate the 30th anniversary, have something to put in the picture frame from Lowtown? It's a cool idea.
That'd be interesting.
And Night in Phoenix, yes, we'll be at PAX Unplugged in Philly this year. Yes.
Our 3 conventions this year.
Chuck is feeling his frosty beverage.
Our 3 conventions this year are Adepticon, Gen Con, PAX Unplugged. we'll go to a European convention when we feel like we can manage it. The main thing is that
We-
we don't have like a convention team. The convention team is also our regular employees.
And,
So
and Rabbit and Finley.
yeah,
We did and NPC Charles. We have some pinch hitters. We
Yeah.
did your UK Games Expo last year and the year before, Frank. We're skipping it this year, but we'll see when we get back. It's we're stretched, feeling stretched thin currently.
SonomaCon and Sonoma County this year. Gonna run a big DF build. Small con just getting started.
Cool.
We're not gonna be able to go out there.
No, send us some pictures.
Yeah, let us know what's happening. Sonoma is in California, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like super pretty California.
it's a pretty big trip for us. Pinch hit as long as it's local, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. That's the
Alright.
thing. I guess we did the New York Open.
We're talking about maybe the Long Island Gaming Expo, which is real
True.
close.
If it's in New York, it is considerably
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, come for the wine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that is.
it's cool. We got
That's all we had.
Dave
for the,
Moffat's local. That's neat.
Yeah, that's all we had for the news. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
did we miss any news? Vermont convention.
I don't think so. Anybody got any news you
Yeah.
need to share?
Anybody we miss any news?
Vermont cons? I don't know what Vermont cons there are.
I don't know.
I'm sure there are some.
Fish
I don't think there's
Fest.
any huge ones though.
Yeah. Genghis Khan.
There's probably that there's conventions in every state. Rhode Island's got cons,
Wow.
But
Big Norista.
we have a hard time doing small cons because it's
Yeah.
being anywhere takes away like a lot of our manpower, and so it's got to be something that we feel like is a big payoff.
Or it has to be so close that it's a layup,
True. It's got to be like a negligible travel,
like New York Open.
like the New York Open. Yeah. All right.
Should we get crazy?
Yeah. Let's all talk and no play makes Homer something.
Yeah. Makes Jack Nicholson type the same thing over and over again on his typewriter.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So guess what? We have this is gonna be a shocker. We have a new a crowdfunding campaign that we're working on. This is gonna be our 14th question mark.
I think it's actually higher than that if you count the Reforged.
Whatever.
Probably.
It's 15, 16. It's a high it's you have another crowdfunding campaign cooking called Perilous Frontiers. We are going past the wildlands, off the edge of the map, out into the far reaches of the world to Arctic and desert wastelands. We'll be featuring 2 new biomes, sand and snow, all new pieces. There'll be a few reprints of some stuff in there, but generally, brand new biomes. Anything that we do reprint is gonna be a new color scheme to fit, but it's mostly we're focused on a whole bunch of making a bunch of stuff to make these new biomes come to life, right? So you can really do some full-fledged deserts and snow parties, snow encounters. Where Perilous Frontiers dare. The important caveat with anything when we're sort of future-looking like this is anything you see here could change. In fact, chances are high that something you see will definitely change. I don't know if anybody's seen these. Back in the past, we've done some previewing episodes and stuff. Stuff inevitably gets tweaked all up until up until you get it right. We're still making changes. Stuff evolves over the course of production. This is part of the fun is you get to see sort of see the process, see behind the curtain, and sometimes things change for the better. Sometimes things change the ways you don't like, but that's part of the journey. So a key part of our development process is before we go to physical sculpting, because sculpting takes a long time. We tend to do mock-ups, and it's any combination of, it could be, sometimes it's just a sketch, not often, but sometimes we just a sketch and then go to sculpt straight from sketch. Usually it is either a physical mock-up in foam or in clay, or in some other materials, cardboard or whatnot. Something is you can sort of quickly and easily get an approximation of the thing and mess with it and sort of see what it feels like in real life and play with it like with some of our other physical pieces and see how the stuff plays together. Or sometimes we do digital mocks where you do it in some sort of digital modeling program, and the advantage to that is it lets you generate a lot of a very complicated piece of geometry. Sometimes it's like it's kind of impossible to make a second mock of a really, or not possible, it's just so time consuming to make a physical mock of a super complicated thing. If you do it digitally, you can just clone it a bunch and then sort of see how it all plays together. The downside is you can't use the digital mocks with the physical pieces because it's in the digital world, but then also sometimes we'll print digital mocks for geometry tests and then be able to do all that stuff. So we have a bunch of different ways that we create tests before we go in and commit to the endless hours it takes to actually sculpt the thing in full detail. Because once you go there, you don't want to, we don't want to have to realize that it doesn't work, or I don't know, some key measurement was wrong or whatnot. And also often creating the mocks, you learn a lot about the sort of like, I don't know, you learn a lot about the piece, or you learn what's not working to iterate into the next thing and whatever. So it's definitely it's one of the more sort of free-form parts of the process. It's just sort of trying to turn concepts into a proof of concept to see if it or an ephemeral concept into a physical proof of concept. So then you can sort of see if it works, or how it needs to change to go, or if it triggers another idea that leads you to the next thing or not. So I like to work in foam. I prefer doing analog stuff rather than staring at a screen. And I work in these blocking mats because they're really good. They have a 1-inch grid already baked on them, and they're easy to cut and glue and manipulate. I can use saws and drills and knives, and foam is just, it's cheap, it's fast, it's easy to work with. So tonight we have, I think we'll start with these things. So Tyler did some mocks the other day. So we're trying to flesh out the Arctic environment a little bit. And one of the things we're looking at were ice flows, right? Those chunks of ice that are floating out right in your Arctic, right? You got your polar bear hangs out on them, whatever.
Holding a bottle of Coke.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And then the penguin comes over, and it's a whole, like, that's a classic D&D adventure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that one. So the idea here is that these would be thinner than floor thickness, so probably 8 or 9 millimeters thick, and cast in clear, right? Because clear just looks cool, right? There's something about going right. When you think of Arctic environment, you think of snow and you think of ice, right? We have a lot of snow covered, but we don't have a lot of ice covered. And the neat thing, when it's translucent, obviously this is opaque, but when a thing is made in translucent, and then it'll take the character what's underneath it. So if you put it on one terrain tray, it looks one way. You put it on a different terrain tray, it looks a different way. You put it on actual snow, it'll look different. It lets you do some difficult terrain. You can put it in your ice caverns, whatever. It's gonna bring life to the table. So, and we want to get a little bit of clear. And if we're gonna do clear, we need a kind of a little family of, like, it's a real pain in the ass pain in the butt, I'm gonna say, to cast and clear, because they have to clean the machines out, right? Normally we're casting in opaque, and cleaning the machines takes a whole bunch of time. So if we're going to cast and clear, we want to do enough of a batch of stuff. So we're going to have kind of a family of ice to do in clear. I want to iterate on these a little bit, right? So Tyler got a really good proof of concept here. We have a bunch of fun things that are happening where there's like a small, a medium, a large. We have a couple of variations in height in here. There's a couple of nesting possibilities. I am a sucker for nesting, right? I want all the pieces to like snuggle together in different ways, because then there's pleasing connectivity that you can find. But there's a bunch of questions, right? Like, are these the right? Is this thing too big, right? This is a monster. Is it too big? Is this not small enough? What's our height on, right? Are we going up the right thickness on the when we go to a second layer? Is it thick enough? Do we want to bake in some biscuit functionality? How do these nest with the other pieces? How do the other pieces sit on them? And the like. So we're going to see. And sometimes what's fun is, you cut out two other things in foam, and then sometimes you realize, hey, that first thing I had was better, right? Or you go back to it and whatever. And that's what the fun of working with foam. You can just kind of throw it away if it doesn't work. Or really, what I do is keep bundles and bundles of the things, and then you dig back. You're like, wait a second, there was that thing we did like 6 months ago, and you're trying to like find the one mock-up of it, whatever. So we're going to iterate on these guys a little bit and see what happens. And then if we still have time, there's another thing I want to iterate on that has a bunch of beans to it. So, do we? Any questions before we start cutting?
Does this mean we could get clear ice caverns again?
Unlikely.
Can we get ice houses while you're doing this? Glaciers.
Oh, okay, I don't know more questions.
Can we get an iceberg?
Yeah, just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Could be just the Starforge domes, totally. All right. So, do we want to start with? Do you want to start with the large, the medium, or the small? What are we gonna poke at first? Ice fishing scatter, modular icebreaker ship. Large.
Oh, will there be a desert variant, or is it just ice only?
This will be. Oh, that's a really good question. So the idea here is that this would be. So we're gonna have. So a lot of the stuff is gonna do double duty, right? A lot of our core pieces, our floors and our banks and our dunes, and most of our rocks are gonna be in both biomes. But there's some specific stuff that's only going to be in desert, and some specific stuff that's only going to be Arctic. The intention here is these will only be in Arctic. This is going to be some stuff that helps sell the Arctic look, because I don't think ice is going to last so long in the desert. That being said, obviously you could put it in the desert. You can throw it in your dungeon. You can throw it in your ice cavern. You can put it wherever you want. But the intention was this is something that's just for the Arctic biome to really help. Kind of make the Arctic biome work great. So I guess we're saying large, right? Okay. Oh, we got a large and a small. We got two larges. What do we have? Sand, ice.
I saw mostly large.
I think Drago said large. What's that?
We saw mostly large.
Okay, so let's start with large. Okay, so the first question we got to ask ourselves. Let's pull this out. All right. Oh, this was the sneak peek of a train trip in the works. So the first question we want to ask ourselves is like, is this too big, right? So right now we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 5.5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 5.5 by 6 or something, or yeah. Oh, so it's a pretty sizable guy. So the first thing that you say is, well, what does it buy us to have it be large? It's coverage fast, and what can we put on it, right? So let's look at our biggest rock chunk. What if we put that in there, like, ooh, okay. And you know what? We still got tons of. So this fits plenty well with still room to spare. So maybe this, there's a bunch of ways this could fit on here. And there's plenty of room to spare, so maybe we can get a little smaller. Let's see what else we got. This is our biggest rock chunk. Let's look at one of our drift stones. You can put that on there. We got space. We got plenty of playable space, because we were trying to think of. You always were thinking, like, can people actually use it on the table? Is there playable space? Yep. Now, what if we go outside of? I think there's, and obviously the dunes are going to be too big for it. But if we go outside of the biome, can we put a castle tower on it? Ooh.
Have a castle floating down the river.
Right? Or it's in a whatever. Like you put it somewhere, but it like, or you have it floating on a thing, or I don't know. There's something cool you put in the thing. But that gives us plenty of playable space. Still, right? You can get the door, and they still have Everyone would play. So maybe there's some license to go smaller. Interesting. Can we get a house on there? Oh, it's like a houseboat.
Modular boats.
Yeah. Huh. There's playable space. Oh, Castle in the Clouds. Good idea. Yeah, there's, this is just about the right size to fit a 4x4. And what's neat is if it fits this, it means then it takes sort of anything that's 4x4, right? You could put a dungeon floor on there, or you could put a dais, or you could put 4 dungeon tiles in a corner or whatever. Yeah. That's pretty neat. What what else would we put on here? That like what's large? Squared fieldstone tower would fit on here. Totally. What else would we? Is there anything that we would put on here that's larger than a 4x4? I don't want to go any bigger than it is, but it's like, is there anything that would push the envelope?
Trying to put the Oblivion Nexus on there.
Yeah, that's a good idea, right? That feels like that would look crazy. I'm here for it. I mean, that's just part of the fun.
Stairway to Violence and ice.
Oh!
Stairway to Violence topper and ice.
Oh, yeah.
Runic column. That's not bigger than a 4x4.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, Nexus will probably go over the edge. That'll probably push it, which is fine. You probably don't need the Oblivion Nexus floating on ice.
I mean, you don't need any of it, but it's fun.
Yeah, fair.
Where the heck is the...
Would a bridge piece fit?
Where is the stairway to violence?
Probably, because I think the dungeon bridge base is 4 inches wide. I think it's less than a 4x4. Nate, what's the dimensions on the dungeon bridge base? Is it 2x4, basically?
Say again?
The bottom of the dungeon bridge base, is that a 2x4?
Yeah.
Or wider?
Yeah, I'll grab that too. That's a good one.
All right.
That'll fit, and it's nice to see it. But this is the kind of thinking, right? Like, let's make sure it works for a bunch of, I do not know where the icy stairway to violence
Yeah, the spirit tree is going to be a 6x6, and it's like a floor too, so it doesn't build scatter style. There's that smaller tree with a removable top that kind of looks like the spirit tree, but on a much smaller basis. That would definitely fit there. Some Frogger type scenario, 100%. Ice volcano.
Huh.
What else fits?
I don't know where the stairway to violence from.
In ice?
Yeah. MIA, but
what about
I got
Oracle
a regular
pool?
one, and I got some other bits, and.
What about the Oracle pool?
That's gonna be big. That'll be a challenge. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right.
Just do it everything.
That's the last request. I'm running.
Do you want me to look for? Do you want me to look for the ice pieces? I'll wait for him to get back in. The big tree stump? Yeah, I'm sure that'll definitely fit in
there. Oh wow. Actually, while I'm here, oh man.
You guys can hear him more easily than I can. I can't quite make out everything he's saying. How much you got? All right, well, that's a lot.
This is why, this is why this show is fun. Like, I don't know, like just messing with a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Ugh. All right, just got a bunch of random.
Well, stuff people didn't ask
about. Yeah. All right. So just looking at 4x4s fit. All right. All right. Let's look at so stairway to violence topper fits with plenty of space. You could put the bottom and then the topper. and still have space. That is cool. There was, while I was in Ice World, there was like, there's some fun, like, right, taking any of the ice cavern stuff, you pop it on there, right, kind of give it some ice burgundy vibes. There's fun, yeah, plenty of space here. Like this guy, the what do we call him? Ooh, that, do that with like this. Yeah, so we got some options here. All right, so we got those. Boom, boom, boom. Then I was trying, like, what if we put? Yeah, so this is a nice, like, we have enough space to put. What did you find?
Oh, I got the Reddit column. We already got that.
Oh yeah, I don't know. All right, let's check this out. Oh boy, look at that. We got room. Oblivion Nexus fits on here with some room to play, right? There's a little, and you could overhang it a little bit or do something like that, so you have a like playable on the side or just something like that. So there's a lot of little space enough onto it. This is neat. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Oblivion Nexus looks good. Tons of space for the bridge, right? So you could put have this as a sort of a jumping off point into right over to another bridge or something. That's pretty neat. Well, okay. And then let's look at runes. Runes Calentier. I don't know if the Oracle Pool is gonna fit. It's gonna hard. Ooh, that is tough. There's not much.
It's gone over the edge a little bit, but they could buy it. They'd buy it.
Yeah, and there's not much playable space outside of it, but it does fit. Yeah. Yeah. And then this I thought would look really neat. If we did these little ice gazebo.
Moonlit arch is definitely gonna be too big. That
the upper the base part of the arch would fit.
Yeah.
Let's see, Michelle. That looks neat. But anyway, moral of this story is I think it's a pretty good. It feels like this size, while it's large, at least it's a thin piece, so it won't be the priciest thing in the world. And it feels like there's plenty of space to build some things on here, right? So you can have a destination out in deep water, which is neat.
Putting scaffolding between them.
Totally.
Could be good
too.
Little
bridges and docks and whatnot. All right, so that was I think a good little pressure test on the general sizing. So let's look at and this is literally like what we do with the thing, right? You just put as many different pieces on it to see, like, how does this thing feel like you're going to have a lot of good uses with it? Are people, right? We want to make sure there's a bunch of reasons to get this on the table, or it's easy to get on the table. And I think we got lots of, hey, look, you put your acid furnace on there, you put your lighted cigarette on there. It's great. All right, so general size feels pretty good. The two things that I want to poke at are, one, it feels a little square, right? It feels like generally, no matter how you turn it, it feels kind of like the same shape. And if we built a little more asymmetry into it, it feels more different. If you rotate one 90 degrees and one the other, it starts to feel like you've got you got more variation, especially if you got doing multiples. So looking at a little asymmetry, and then the other question is there any other function? Oh, well, there's two bits of functionality to think about. Does it want a flat side somewhere that you could butt it up against, right? You want to be able to butt it up against a house for ice fishing, and we're pretty close there, right? Tyler's got a pretty good, a couple of options that are pretty flat. Maybe that one, but maybe there's a slightly flat side. So there's a good spot to sort of dock it up against a thing, or scaffolding, or whatever, floors or something. And or if there's at least one good clean flat part, then it means they can nest up against each other. / if another one has a flat part, you can kind of start connecting the ice bridges. So that's something to think about. And then, do we want to put any holes in this, right? Do we want to put any pole accessory holes, or is there other utility we want to put in this? And then what for? Right. So one I saw someone was saying put like a hole for ice fishing in it or something. The downside with that is it's another piece, right? We got to make a plug thing. The upside is now that becomes a story. Like it doesn't have to just be for ice fishing, right? If you have a port that's going down, then it means you can. That could be, I don't know, could lead to anything. Or it could be the opening to the cave that you got to tear open or whatever. And then we could do what we did on one of the floors. We could put a pole accessory hole and mount a hoist over it, so then the hoist can fit. Can be dangling over that hole, and then that lower. That maybe it's for industrial strength ice fishing, or I don't know, or whatnot.
You got to catch dire lobsters.
Been there.
Huge dire cage.
What is it? Biscuit hole. So one thing about a biscuit hole is this is not going to be floor thickness. So the question would be, how is it going to line? I mean, I guess we're only off by a couple of millimeters, right? If you're doing some sort of using it to do like a bridge or something, then we're off. And the other, what's the thinnest thing we've put a biscuit in, right? If we're looking at 8 or 9 millimeters, I wonder how we're talking about.
I think the thinnest thing we've done has been the biscuited Cities Reforged, the piece that you biscuit on the. It's like part of the Oriole window setup. It's like
the
floor
overhang.
Width. It's like floor width, and it has like the biscuit hole.
Yeah, it's still floor thickness though. Like, is there anything that's thinner?
That's what I mean. I think that is the smallest we've gotten is floor thickness.
Yeah.
Like.
Huh. And what are we biscuiting it to?
Yeah, what would be the use case for it?
Well, one cool use case would be like if you wanted to do a suspended, like let's say this was up on an ice thing or whatever, right? You were using the ice stairway to violence. You had this up here, and then you could run some sort of bridge or something off of it, right? Which would be pretty cool. Which would be kind of neat.
How would you attach in the world? How would you attach a bridge to
the ice?
Ice.
The Python.
A whole bridge?
Sure.
You'd Python a whole bridge to it?
There's flying dragons and like dancing elves and stuff. Like it's a fantasy. Like you can make glass steel. There's got to be a way to like affix bridges spellicus or whatever. It's like it's a magic spell.
Python can hold a rope.
Yeah, with the two of them, one rope on either side, and the bridge is.
I don't know.
Sovereign glue.
I don't know.
Sovereign glue.
Then you can white stick it.
Movable
if that's
rods. Thank you. Let's not get real here. Amazing. Sorry. So those are two things to think about. Well, let's look at the rest. Look at the other two pieces before we really change. Sort of make sure the whole family is working together. Um, well, all right. So then this guy, the medium guy, so we have a similar challenge to, it feels very square, right, or very symmetrical. So it's still kind of having the same footprint when I return it. Although we have this nice this lump up here, which this lump feels like a great biscuit vehicle, right? It feels like a more sturdy place to attach something, and it also has a nice step down, right? There's a change in height here, which is really nice. It's subtle, but it's nice. Yeah, this becomes like the entrance to your house or whatever. You put it there going out. So the first question is, how high does this want to go? And then what can we build on this, right? So this is, so we saw we can put everything in the world on here. What do we fit on here? So the driftstone isn't a great fit.
Things over a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of fits. This guy sits okay. That's nice. Wait, I'm off the. Here we go. This guy fits okay. Only kind of in one. Yeah, a little bit of play, right? The where'd all this stuff go? Ahead. Okay. So none of the bigger things I think fit, right? Oh, the runic column fits on there in a couple of ways. That's nice, right? So we have a couple options. We want a little playable space up there too, right? So that we got some good options there. Any of the bigger stuff doesn't fit because of the kick up. It doesn't get us anything. Could we put like a smaller driftstone, fits really nicely on there. Yeah, this one's roughly 4 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Arches. You could put like a ruined arch on there. One of the smaller ruined arch bits could fit on there.
Yes. Well, I don't think we can't get the full kit and caboodle, but you could do like.
But you can do like a ruined bit.
Yeah, you could have a couple of bits.
A bunch of driftstones with like bits of ruins on them.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Cool.
Like the crumbled. Yeah.
That doesn't quite get there.
That like round serpent floor covering piece, that jade crystal. Probably fits on there.
Yes, that one it's real tight, but we're close. Like it's a tiny bit larger than the soul cage, I think, or maybe it's the same size. So this is pretty close. Like this basically fits. Yeah, not a ton of, like, it sits funny because of the hump. What else do we put? The Oblivion Nexus is not going to fit there. Let's put a couple of those pieces.
Stalagmites. Yeah.
Pretty cool. A lot of the ice cavern stuff works really nicely with these. And these, so that's one of the other things. Is like one of the other reasons to make it extra thin is it's easier to kind of just pop it anywhere. Then, like, as soon as once it gets up to floor height, it feels more, I don't know, more intrusive or something. Like there's at 8 millimeters, you can pop it into your ice caverns or pop it into your dungeon as there's a room with frozen ice and becomes difficult terrain or whatever. Like it seems like it's easier to kind of pop it into a bunch of other environments if it's thinner. So you can get away with an ice sheet that way. I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird mental block, but somehow it feels like it when it's floor thickness, it feels, maybe because I'm trained to think floor thickness is like a whole floor, and I don't know. Right, like this feels like you can pop this anywhere because it's thin. I'm overthinking it, but that's what we do, is overthink everything. This little rock is there. So I think we're in a, either we stick roughly with this size, or we kick it out a little more in one area so that there's it wouldn't be bad. So the soul cage, the size of the soul cage is, we have a whole bunch of different toppers that are roughly the same size as this.
Yeah.
So if this thing sits nicely, then it means a bunch of them will. And it feels like maybe this wants a little more breathing room, so you have a little more playable space, and that gives us a little more MacGuffin room, and we could also help us make it a little more irregular. So then the other question to ask about too, like, is we've got right now it's got a couple of flat sides, but definitely like particularly this stepped up side, right? If we keep the step, which I really like having some elevation change, it helps make it feel more interesting, and it does certainly nestle like that feels very pleasing, right? It's kind of having it be a transition into something feels really good. So it feels like that, and that would also be a very logical place to put a biscuit slot. You got a little more grip for your bridge. You're suspended. The logic. Will you buy that logic, Chris? Does it feel like you can have a bridge attached to here because it's double thick?
I still don't know how if you're dealing with ice.
Yeah.
I don't know that you anchor anything substantial in it.
What if it's elemental ice? So it's like extra hard, extra icy. It never melts because it's elemental ice.
Okay, so if it's gonna be magical, never melting ice, I still think that's really not substantial. Wait, so would you be able to anchor anything into it?
Yeah. What?
Would you be able to anchor anything into it?
Elemental ice?
You can still chip
it
away at
doesn't
it?
melt. Yeah, you have to use fire pythons from the elemental plane of fire.
Because they don't melt?
Because they're the only thing that can melt it. But then it hardens up again because it's elemental ice.
Ice bridges are a thing, sure, but that's very different than anchoring suspension bridges into ice. That is a different thing than ice bridges existing.
What if it's
We
rock
could make
inside?
an ice bridge.
What if it's rock inside?
It's rock inside. The point of this is that it's
Wait, it's
translucent.
invisible
It's
rock
clear.
inside? So you can't see it. It's clear,
We can
invisible
make
rock.
the thing is we can make an ice bridge and that'd be very
The
cool.
ice
Ice
bubble.
bridges
It
do
would be
happen.
neat.
It looks different than this. It looks different than putting a wooden bridge onto ice. That's not an ice bridge.
I don't know. Don't tell the Alaskans.
That-
All right. So this still not sturdy enough for Chris. We'll have to think about how we can attach a bridge. One other nice thing, right? These stack. Right. We got plenty of ample space for these to stack. Right. You can throw so you get some. Now, okay. What if we had three triple height? Could you attach a bridge to this?
For what? So
No. Still not
well, the
strong
bridge is
enough.
going to sag. What are you getting the bridge over?
The ice troll. Over the frigid waters of death.
I feel like it'd be more likely that you'd like lay like a big plank of wood across rather than like build a bridge.
But it's
That's
so
suspension
cold,
bridge.
the wood freezes to death.
But a suspension bridge is fine.
Yes, because it's
Made of a
suspended
lot
over-
of little wood.
Yes,
I don't know, man.
it's super cold water. Nobody likes those saggy bridges, troubled waters. All right, so then wait, so we got some good nesting options. Let's think about biscuit here. Is there any other functionality this thing would want?
I do like the idea of a pull accessory hole in at least one spot on the large and medium ones. I feel like you can work it into like a crevice pretty easily.
Absolutely.
Just like having the option to like put something in there.
Yep.
The head on a pike that we need to.
Yeah, you got to get the
remake at
frozen
some point.
head. It's to play
Yeah.
hockey with it or whatever. Like, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: the more options we give people to be able to customize the stuff, the more there's the more chances you can get it on your table.
Yeah.
Right? There's something neat you'll be able to do with it. Saggy bridge is a chance for people to fall in. The other thing. Do we have enough? I was thinking we could think about one of the plug holes from the escarpments, but the only things we have for that right now are a branch, a rope, and a piece of plant, which the plant wouldn't work so well. The rope kind of hanging off if you were suspending it. Right. So, yeah, maybe not. We don't have enough great options right now. All right, so looking to put a hole in there, and off we go. All right, so now let's look at the little guy. So the little guy has almost actually the inverse footprint of this little guy. It's wild. Right?
Wow.
Wow. It's double thick most of the way through. So it could be, it could have a biscuit, easy to put a biscuit in or somewhere. And it nests, kind of nests, it's not the most pleasing nest here. We could probably up the nest game. The nooks, it's got a flat side, so we can do a thing here. We got a flat side here. All right, so the big question is, what can we put on it, right? So it just about takes this. That's nice, right? That's very satisfying. Although it's not in this campaign, but it's very satisfying. Let's start with stuff in the campaign. Does the driftstone fit on it? Sort of. We have to level it up a little bit, but that's pretty neat. I want that to work. Where's the stepstone? This guy. Does this guy fit on it? Yeah, that's a great. Right, we want to be able to. Oh, nope. Oh, no fit. Fall. Want to be able to use that to sort of jump off to a thing. And does the chocolate chip cookie fit? No. The little pole. That's our Mossy Rock Mountain Mark II. All right, we got ultrasound. This not fit over there, sort of. So maybe this, we might need to make this a little bigger so that you can fit a mini. Right now we're just under, it's under an inch, so I don't know if we're gonna get a mini in there. We wanna make sure it's playable. All right, so I think we have an idea where we're going. Let's look at some shapery.
First,
yes.
we need a word.
Yeah, what have we been saying tonight? What's in the vernacular? Oh, this doesn't fit.
Apparently the last word was groof. Shapery, ice bridge, python. Shapery, ice bridge, or python? Ice bridge twice. Ice bridge feels kind of plain. Well, let's do ice bridge.
Yeah.
That's what the people are asking
Thematic.
for. All right, if you want a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, go ahead and type ice bridge into the chat. All one word. All one word. Ice bridge.
Can I use it in a sentence?
Yes.
Woo! Can I?
You asked if you could use it in a sentence. You didn't ask me to use it in a sentence.
No, I'm just saying for one who is entering.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can... Anything that just contains the sequence of letters that spells out ice bridge. It doesn't matter if it's lowercase or capitalized or anything like that. It doesn't matter what's around it. If ice bridge is in your message, you're being entered. As long as you do not work for Dwarven Forge, you're allowed to win. Even if you won last week, which has happened. What's up?
I was going to, I normally draw on white paper, but it's so bright on camera, I got this really nice piece of cardboard to draw on. So it doesn't blow out the camera. All right, and it's hard because I don't have measurements, but we'll know if this thing is... All right, so here's our existing... show. Boom. Oh, did I miss any other good ideas in the chat? I have not been... Wait, you can't see that at all.
I want an ice fall like in Hellscape for an ice river reaching the sea. A frozen waterfall would be very cool.
That'd be cool. What would it be like? Where would it? What would be feeding it? It would fall into the ocean or whatever, into a river? But what would be feeding it? We'd have to do ice rivers.
Well, nothing's feeding it anymore.
Oh, because it's frozen.
Everything
right.
that was like this place used to not be frozen, and then the water, the river, the waterfall like froze over. Probably all at once magically, like something happened.
Yeah. You know, I think
We
I
need a
might.
frozen river, right? We need frozen river tiles. We need sculpted frozen rivers.
Oof. It's a really good idea. I'm gonna go. I have to draw on paper. I need the graph, the grid. As much as I was hoping to avoid this, uh, it stop down here. There you go. Yeah, that's mighty intense. Um, all right, so let's mess around. So we kind of want to keep there's a lot that's working great about this, right? Their general size, our general shape is pretty good. I want to add a little asymmetry. I want to bake in a spot for a pole accessory hole, and make sure we have a nice, clean, flat face that we can nestle up against something. So let's start. Let's start here and make this like, let's say this is going to be our flat face back here. So we're going to make that. I usually use a red colored pencil. I don't have it here right now. Just so I remember that that's a flat zone. And you can do some trickery where you cut into the flat zone a little bit to kind of break up the flat. All right, so then we keep our lines over here. This stuff's really neat. I love how this. Right, we have this kind of jag over here. Yeah, it's very pleasing lines, and then also if we're looking at playable squares here, so one of the things to think about is like, when you're making these choices, like this is now kind of a half square, so it's less playable. So it's like maybe we either kick out, if we kicked out a little further, it helps bring some asymmetry. If we come out a little further, we get a little more playable space over there. So maybe we'll do that. This one like this. So, all right. So now we get right. This becomes a square. Now we can get a mini over here. We can keep writing over there. And let's cheat. Let's see. Do we need a second flat side?
It's kind of looking like a Tamagotchi.
Were those the little guys that you would like pre-Pokemon?
Yeah, you'd walk around with them and a
Yeah,
little
and you had to like
device.
feed it. It would beep at you, and you'd have to like.
Kind of looks like one of the big Tamagotchis,
That's
like
amazing.
from the beginning.
What is his name? We can use it as like a.
I don't know if he had like his own name. Yeah, like here's literally when you just search for Tamagotchi, like
That's
all right, Tamagotchi characters. This is like literally the guy it's showing me. All right, what is the name? The main protagonist, Mamechi.
Mamechi. I love that one.
Yeah, Mamechi.
Mamechi.
It kind of looks like Mamechi.
And we're searching for some asymmetry here, but I don't want to make it smaller, right? We want to be kicking out, not in, because we've got that 4x4. We got to make sure our house still fits, right? Like it's going to be kind of off. Yeah, that's really, all right. Playable space. Okay. Hihachi from Tekken.
Hihachi is very different. It does not look like Hihachi.
Hihachi Mishima.
If we could make him look like Hihachi, I would love that. I feel like if we could
the hair,
the hair, the wrinkles,
the whole kit and caboodle.
He kind of looks like evil Mario in some capacity, like evil old Mario.
Yeah.
With the mustache and the heavy eyebrows.
All right, you know what we're gonna do? Let's put a all right. You know what we're gonna? Okay, we're gonna do two things. One, let's make sure this nests. So someone was talking about this thing's breaking apart earlier, right? So if we have a couple of flat faces, then you can put them against each other and then have them break apart that way, right? So maybe that's a reason to have a second flat face somewhere. And you know what I like to do? I'm a sucker for a 45-degree angle, because it gets us it feels organic. All right, so let's push let's get 2-inch 2-inch flatty over here at 45. All right, something like this. Let's come in there. All right, let's bake another flat. So then we can have some neat thing, right, where you've got a small guy, a large guy, whatever, or two of the mediums against it, or two of the large, and then they can break apart as the as your encounter evolves. And then we want to seek asymmetry. So I feel like we want to cut back in aggressively here. And this is kind of a dead square anyway, and then we're going to cut back out. Huh. Silhouette's funny. Unless this comes back up the cleft, I don't know, something like that. So it feels like it was a thing, and now it's breaking up. At a little danger, right? Now, can we get a house on it? Yeah, looks precarious, but you can get it. Now, here's the other question, right? So we can get a house. Let's do this. We want to make sure we can get our door. Yeah, right. So we can have our flat side. So you can have your bridge or whatever connect to this. Get into your door. You put your tower on there. Boom. Good. What the other key?
Runic column will still fit nicely on there.
Oh yeah, like that champ. Yeah, I feel like we got to get the stars right. Like making sure plenty of space for the runic column to do its thing. Like it can nestle over there, it can nestle over here. It can kind of fit in any of these. So that's the other nice thing. These kickouts are really good for any of these. Any of the MacGuffin or the round central bits kind of fit in any of these zones really nicely. So you got a lot of zones on a playable. It's still kind of strangely symmetrical. Like I need to knock out.
I mean, ice kind of freezes symmetrically though.
Yeah,
Like
this is true.
not like perfectly symmetrically, but it's not like, you know, rocks will weather into weird, interesting shapes, but ice kind of more or less goes out from a core fairly evenly.
These are facts. What if? Let me try this. Just trying to break it. Like I just want to be able to put two of these on the table, rotate them 90 degrees, and have them feel different.
Mm-hmm.
But what if there's like I don't know, something that came like.
What if they match geometries from swamp banks more? What, like that big what's that swamp bank that has like the big, what did we end up calling it? The one that like goes out,
The swells?
the big Squidward nose.
The
Not a swell, the one that kind of goes out and then comes back around, and it's got like a 2-inch it's got like 2-inch dead side where it connects, but it kind of sticks out into the middle of the pond, and it's kind of like a swampy outcropping, and then comes back around.
It's like two convexes connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
the
an
dead
end
end
cap.
swamp bank.
Yeah, and I know what you're talking about. It has this Woodward. Yeah, that's an end cap. Well, yeah, where it's off center off one side, right? So it like if you rotate them around on the same axis, they don't feel. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm trying to get is like the that sort of that feel if you rotate it around, it won't feel like the same thing. I don't know. Maybe let's see if this do something, and that comes in, or I don't know, something like that. So then, I don't know, or something like this. All right, so, and then we want to. Is there anything else that wants to nook with this? That we need to think about on the external design. Like, are we going to put it up against? Like, we can put it up against anything flat. It's too jaggedy too. I feel like they don't break. Like to your point, there's a lot. The breaks tend to be a little more clean.
Yeah, and
Right?
like
The
you
ice
know,
flows are pretty straight in the.
if we're dealing with ice that has broken apart, we can get like some irregular shapes, but it still would feel like a long, flat kind of shear wherever the break happened. But
Yeah.
if this is
Although I
supposed to
guess it
be the
can melt,
piece,
right? It could.
yeah. Even if it melts down, it's like, yeah, they generally are smoother.
Hmm. All right. Let's look at geometry's hard. It's no small feat.
Oh,
But I've made a lot less cutting of foam than I was anticipating so far tonight.
well, you
Right.
still got 45 minutes.
Yeah. But it's
Is
honestly,
there
and
anything? Is there anything you wanted to do?
this is the process. Like it is the
Yeah,
slow, ponderous, like
much like ice.
Yeah.
Is there anything you wanted to look at other than ice flows, or is it all ice flows tonight?
I had another piece, but it's like I'd rather crack through these. Oh, you know what? That's okay. We can look at yes. So in this family, that's a good point. All right. So here. This might actually shake up the design. There's also going to be some chunks, some little tip of the
Some
icebergs,
big cats.
some chunks to go in this family, right? So the idea is that they would be also in clear, and they want to play. They obviously want to float nicely on their own, right? You can put them. You can put them on snow. You can put them in water. But also then they want to sit really nicely on this stuff, right? They want to make sure they have some nice homes here where they can kind of nest, and you can end up with some pleasing right, some pleasing options where you break up the flatness and have some some on the ground, some on the water, something like this, some sort of family like this where there's three chunkity pieces and three flat pieces. Then together you get kind of a thing. Oh, that's a very good question. Are they going to have magnets? So right now the plan is to not have magnets because you see them and it really breaks so we're going to try to not have magnets and not have, how most of our pieces have like the indent in the bottom and the bottom mark, where we're going to try and basically strip away all of that and just have just hide a skew in an innocuous place. But other than that, have it just be flat and clear so that it's nice and clear and translucent all the way through. Like one of the problems with the ice, we did the printing of the ice caverns or the regular caverns in ice, is you could see all that engineering on the underside is visible from the top, all these hard lines, whatever, and it just really kind of messes up the illusion. So the goal is to have these be as flat as possible on the bottom so that you get the best light coming through.
Let's roll this giveaway real quick because we are here. We got 69 entries, and so
perfect. Let's go.
yeah. All right, rolling it now. Mudkip on a bike.
Hey, first time viewer. What a luck. Hey, what a luck.
Congratulations. We're gonna.
Congrats, Mudkip.
I think you literally won last week.
That's hilarious.
Or 2 weeks ago. I literally talked about that. It's a joke. All right. Well, all right. I guess I've got your email for this. I'll just tell Eric to send another one.
So the intention with these is to have the feeling of, big chunks of ice, could be icebergs underneath, like trying to get some cool verticality, kind of break up some line of sight. There's a fun piece. Obviously, they nest. There's a bunch of ways that they nest together, but can anybody guess there's another fun piece of compatibility with these? Anybody want to guess what we have going here? What the bonus compatibility is? Ocean liners. Hey, hamster's there. Ice dragon. No, but I like that. That's my favorite guess of the lot.
Make a giant ice. Oh man, those form a giant.
Oh, that would be amazing. Like Voltron together. Like this is the head, and there's you have two of these as legs. You know the thing. Yeah. Mountain pieces like no, no.
Can the sculpt be used as desert
Yeah,
rocks?
these were intentioned to be all sculpted in ice. Oh, I don't even know if I have the. Do I have? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. Oh, so this actually might inform the design of the other guy. We'll get there. Oh, this is good. This is a good detour. All right. So the other, they aren't rocks. They're ice glaciers. Exactly. Pirate ship. No. All right. So this is they've got some spots on them, some flat bits, places there where they can nest. They can be a continuation of our ice wall collection. So you can use them to have some variance in your ice wall if you want to build some sort of, I don't know, crazy ice maze, or right, that guy sits there. This guy can, oh, you can see it. Right, so it gives you some other ways to play with these pieces if you've got them, and you can kind of, I don't know, you can make some neat ice walls, some cool barriers, some, well, I don't know, give you a bunch of options. I don't know exactly what everybody's going to do with them yet. All right, so this is the reminder. Let's make sure if this is part of the family. Let's make sure they play really well with these, right? So we want to make sure these shapes have really good play. You know, we can do a cool perimeter with these, and then ideally, is there a way to get like the whole thing? Like, can we actually, like, I don't know, build around a thing or something? So that, like, this sits really nicely on the edge here, right? We got some, oh, not on the camera, right? Because you want to be able to slam these things down and like put them together and have it just be like easy, instant kind of encounter. Like, should be a lot of synergy, and I think we already have a lot of good nesting spots on that side. So, you know, maybe it's just adding one little spike off the side to give us some more asymmetry and flattening out the one thing and not messing with the general shape. Or is there a way?
I think especially with this one, most likely being the base layer more often. Like, this is one that is going to be left alone on top, like the least often out of the three.
It's inviting you to put stuff on it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
this guy is a base layer.
Yeah.
So I think maybe he gets his interest from just having things on top.
Yep. And being basically just a really good platform for just about anything, right? We want to. Oh, well, that's very satisfying. So maybe we kick, like, if I kick this out, so ideally it would be cool to be able to. So if I just kick this out a spickle, we could get this around, right? It'd be nice to be able to build a perimeter. Goes off too much. So that one's...
Somebody was asking for the Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, so we're gonna kick. Hang on.
We made it years ago. Just the ice walls.
It was 8 years ago.
8 years ago, we made the Fortress of Solitude. We just had to be real quiet about it so we didn't get sued.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm familiar. No, I've never been sued, but
I've never had anything for people to sue me over.
no.
Not like I haven't done things I could get sued over.
I think you have
but
to
but
be
I mean,
too
like,
rich to,
I don't,
like, yeah.
I don't have anything to. If you sue me, I can't give
What
you
are you getting?
What are you gonna get from me?
Getting nothing.
You want my student loans? You know?
Is that a?
You can have those.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna kick out. Like, we'll go back to this shape. Gonna kick out in a couple of spots so we can get ice walls. Like, I do a clean thing with ice walls. Make sure this sits. This has got a couple of great places where it can nest. We want to make sure that perimeter is working really well. This guy's got a couple places it can nest. This, and then I think we got a thing. And let's see where that. So with drawing number 2, let's see where that leads us. There's something very pleasing about clear. I don't know what it is. It's the light, right? It's something about. I like light. All right, so going back to you. We're going back to. All right, iteration number 2. All right, where's our flat side?
There's a couple spots that are pretty close to getting flat. You'd probably want the flat side to be, the flat run to be like at least 2 inches,
Yeah.
just so it can butt
It
up
just
against a lot
it's
of
so
stuff.
friendly to anything. And then if we did put a biscuit in, like it's it works. You could put whatever. You put a Starforge floor up against it. You could put docks up against it, and scaffolding and rocks, anything, dungeon floors. This is our flat side here. Okay, so
If the flat side also, if it like raises up ever so slightly as well, it could help with transitioning,
yep,
like looking more natural, put up against like a floor
yep,
height thing.
yep. True.
If it
Go
just
to true.
if it just raises up, it doesn't have to go up to the full 12 millimeters or whatever. But even if it's just like
If you
going
get
up a
to
little bit,
10 or something, or it has a
yeah,
yeah. Although it affects our buildability.
yeah.
And maybe, what you were saying before really resonates in that, like, if this is if the sort of the goal with this thing is that
He's the base layer.
it's the base layer that sort of no matter what, it's gonna, whatever you kind of put up against it is gonna work. Or whatever you put on it is gonna work. Like, I think that's the core goal is buildability. So let's get we're gonna keep it a straight bottom. The rest of these, keep all this stuff the same. So now I had my sort of my high quality notes over here. And is there anything else that people are going to want to put on this? It feels like as long as we can get a 4x4 and a nice circle on here, then like it means we'll have compatibility that we don't even know,
Yeah.
right? As long as it can fit at least a 4x4, we're going to be in great shape. We're sort of golden.
4x4 will cover most things.
Yeah. So we'll kick that out to there. Make it a regular. And that's, as we're designing stuff, like, you don't necessarily have to have all the answers, but if you can be like, well, as long if it's a 4x4, it can fit, like there's going to be we can't think of every possible piece combination, but if you can fit a 4x4, that means you can accommodate nearly anything. So like we're kind of future proofing it against whatever nonsense people come up with.
How big is the Oracle pool? It's wider than the light puck.
Bigger. It's like 5 inches in diameter.
Yeah, because it has to have 4 inches on the inside.
5 and a spickle.
Yeah.
5 and like an eighth in diameter. So it's like, yeah, it's a big boy. He's big. If I kick you out. And this, honestly, this is, might be a little ponderous, but this is the process. Like a lot of tinkering and testing, messing with pieces, and like, does it fit? Does it do the thing?
Does it still look fun, guys?
Fungi? It's ice, not mushrooms.
Yeah. We do need ice mushrooms, though.
That would be cool.
Actually, the vial mushrooms probably would be pretty
They look wild and some sort of
susceptible
blue.
to like a frosted. You can say like
Yeah.
some kind of hardier. Like
Yeah.
they look otherworldly enough that I think you could sell them
Totally.
as surviving in wild climates.
They're fantasy, and I think doesn't like the fungus can live in the craziest places.
It's one of the hardiest life forms, yeah.
Fungus and tardigrades.
It can live inside you.
Gross.
Yeah. That lives in bread,
Facts.
A fire fungus. That'd be
Ooh.
interesting. Keeping the locals warm. It's very very Breath of the Wild.
All right, so that kicks out a little bit there. So we're kicking this out just a spickle, so we'll get these walls on. Let's make sure this still sits really nicely. Ooh, look at that. That's pleasing.
I have a fire fungus in my campaign world that people keep in their houses to keep them warm.
That's cool.
That's an interesting thought, actually.
Love
If you're
that.
trying to survive out there, having plant life, that it's like you can use this to help survive in this climate is interesting.
Something that you would find there naturally.
Yeah. It's kind of what you have with, like, cacti storing water in deserts.
Yeah, this is going to fit nicely. I wonder if part of me wants to make this fit like super cleanly.
Just like really take the
yeah, like take the exact, like there's something very pleasing when you put the thing down and it, like, it fits, it lines up exactly. Like it's very, when you discover that as a builder, you feel like you found a secret. And maybe there's a couple, so we already have a good, this is already doing it.
Yes, I mean, we have. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes, I mean, we have shown snowdrifts a while ago, I think.
Once.
And we're doing them in both snow and sand.
Can I kick that out? Yeah, maybe we kick that out too, and then we gotta think. Making sure that fits. This guy nestles in a whole bunch of really good places.
The concern is that if it fits exactly, then there's only one right configuration.
Well, no, there's a bunch of ways you can do it, and there will be one. There will be a couple. Right now, there's two spots. It fits really nicely there. It fits really nicely there. It fits pretty clean. Like there's a bunch of spots where you can put it, and then there's two that'll be like a bullseye. But yeah, it fits there. Like there's gonna be plenty of options. It fits there too. Like yeah, it's gonna be, we're gonna be in good shape. All right, so that feels pretty good, and this little guy's gonna fit anywhere. All right, so I feel this is feeling better than where we were. That was a little too crazy. This is a little more like actual ice flows, which are just kind of boring, right? They don't have a lot of like bold shape choices, right? And it's big enough we can get a bunch of the ice walls on here. We can get all of it, and even I think we're a hint larger now. So like the Oracle pool,
it's easier to sell at least.
Yeah, we actually have enough. There's a little more playable space. You can get the Oracle pool on and actually have a little more. You can get some minis on there. I guess you could cheat it so it's hanging off. Yeah, there's a little better playable space with that. There's plenty of space with our let's put a 4x4 on. Plenty of space for a 4x4. Or lots of room to build on here. And man, this like Stairway to Violence, tons of places that thing can sit and would have playable. Like that is a cool encounter thing.
It's just good compatibility. Like the ice version of that, it's not going to be the exact same paint scheme, but it'll work.
Yes, I mean you can see. Which example? We're working with a different base color, but they are close. Here you can kind of see.
Would you be able to get buttresses all the way around the tower now? The buttresses add a bit of space, probably depending on where you place them.
They break the 4x4, but I bet it's close.
they stick out in certain spots. So probably if you just turn it right.
I think you could do it. Yeah, yeah. I think you could do it. Maybe it's overhanging in a couple of spots, but then it just makes it look more precarious. But yeah, I think there's enough breathing room. Yeah, yeah. Everything. So then we're gonna have to make sure the next one nests on this nicely in a couple of places. We did give up. Currently, we only have one dedicated flat side here, right? This is our dedicated flat side. Maybe we flatten this a spickle. If we get a 2-inch flat over there, then we have a two flat angles of attack, and then also nice. I like the idea of pushing these up against each other and then having them crack apart. And this has got, it's really 3.5 inches of kind of the extended flat or something like that. It'll be, I think it's gonna be very conducive to put two of them back to back like that. And let's see if we spin that out just a little bit. I think we can get a really good, good couple of spots to nest and or put docks up against it or whatever, dungeon floor or something. I don't know.
And then putting that one on the 45 really helps.
Yeah, just
make it look less. I was gonna say boxy, not really boxy, but like it lets you kick things off.
Yeah, feels organic. All right, so we need something that's doing from there to there. Doable. All right, yeah, this feels pretty good. So then, and we'll put some cracks in the, we'll do some cut-ins on the flat zones. But we got two flat zones. One's at a 45. Then you could ideally you could chain a bunch of these. You could have 4 of these together. Also if maybe we do the same gag. Maybe this guy has 2 flats also. So it's very conducive to making one. Ooh, is there? Woof. Now, hard mode would be, and we're going to cut it out too. If we had 2 of these and put one, if we call this A and we call this B, if we put B to A, then in that negative space that's formed there, we want this guy, if this guy fits perfectly in the space when you have B to A, then you could really, ideally you can make one big ice flow, and then you could break it apart or whatever, giving you some options to get one big chunk. And it doesn't have to be the beauty of it, because it's ice flow, it can have some cracks. It doesn't have to be seamless, right? There can be those cool cracks through and stuff, whatever. So I think there's something neat there. So we got to cut this out and then see what the negative space, when we put B to A, see what that negative space is, then use that as a jumping off point for this, figure out how that wants to sit, make sure then it nests with the other bits. We can still get this guy on it and whatnot, and see what that feels like. Okay, so let's cut this. We're gonna translate this to foam, cut this out, and then we can start playing. We also didn't work out a pole accessory hole and or ice fishing pole or plug hole. Where do we put a pole accessory hole? Does it want to be near the side?
I think not entirely on the side. I would think not directly in the middle. Probably like a third of the way in from one of the sides, I would imagine. You'd want to hide it in a crack. You'd want to hide it where 2 cracks come together.
Well, we can make a crack anywhere we want, right? Because this is going to have a bunch of cracks in it. So then what's the ideal? What are people? Here's the question: what are people going to put in this pole accessory hole, right? What are we? A hoist seems like a thing.
A hoist, if you've got it on, man. So if you've got a hoist, you want the hoist to be able to reach off the edge of the flow in case they're using it to fish in the water.
Yeah. Or if there was a hole in it, it would reach into the hole. right? Those would
Yeah.
be the two things. All right, and what else? Head on a pike, you probably want near one of the connecting points, right? If you were going to have a bridge connecting to it, you'd put a head on the pike by the, like, as a warning.
So something near one of the, you know
Near
what?
one of the flat sides.
Maybe where you'd really want to put the hoist is on the small guy.
Yeah.
So that way, because he's gonna nestle. If you're stacking all three of them, he's gonna nestle over on the side of the large flow, anyways.
Yeah.
And then you've got like an elevated hoist to go down to the water, and that'll probably read best.
But we can have a pull accessory hole in this too, right?
Yes.
No, like.
But
So
I'm thinking,
what else
yeah.
What else would people put in?
Arbalist, gator skull.
Arbalist, gator skull. Arbalist feels like it wants to be kind of near the edge-ish, right? Like gator skull feels like it wants to be near the connection point, which is also near the edge.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What else are people putting on this?
Near the edge when you connect the pieces to form a circle.
Yeah, sneeze
So
again.
that the hoist can go down it. Oh god. Did not mute it in time. All
right. What else? What other pull accessories outside of this campaign?
Some ravens just chilling in the.
This raven.
The saluting seraphs could probably make sense out there, or the mana staves.
A pair, like, okay.
Yeah.
On the flat, like if this is our flat entry thing, like a pole accessory hole on either side lets you put a pair of anything kind of on where the attachment point is, as well as then you could use it for a hoist if you just put one of them or whatever. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. Saluting Seraphs would look nice in this too. The blue and the blue, like.
Yeah, I think that and the mana stave. I think both of the arcane runes things work pretty well.
You could use the necro, right? The skeletons that appear on either side of that thing. So I think
those
pole accessory holes on either side of that main attachment point feel really good then.
Honestly, the Hellscape devilish things.
Oh yeah.
The Bidence and the
little talismans.
What's that talisman that like
Infernal Talisman?
Is it Infernal Talisman? Yeah, like I think they'd both be really good.
Yep. Heck, even the little bronze of like monkey gargoyle.
Yeah.
The little bronze gargoyle from that. Yeah. All right, so let's put them by that attachment point. Like I put two of them on either side, so you could flank it with a thing. We obviously don't have to use both of them. That feels really good. All right, so then let's see. A lot of this process is analog, right? Like sitting, cutting out paper, cutting out foam, cutting out cardboard, measuring stuff. I sometimes describe us as painfully analog.
We don't even own a computer.
A what?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we got our template here.
Do you want a hole a creature can surface through?
No. Here's what I'm thinking: is if the hole was big enough for a creature to surface through, then it's really big. Like at that point, just break the thing apart, right? Like if you're gonna have something, like it's got to be.
You could probably have a socket if it was like a lid or a hole the size of what the Oblivion Nexus has. You could probably have like Sahagin or something like come up through it.
Yep.
You wouldn't have it like a huge monster, but
no, but a 2-inch diameter hole. That's
how much of that would it just completely take out?
Oh, but I think you could just do the break apart gag, right? Like I think that's going to be, if nothing else came from tonight, it's making sure that these nest really nicely together so that you can have them feel like one solid thing and then break apart and have a couple of ways they can, have a couple of nice ways that they nest together so that you can have larger chunks and break. And heck, you don't even need to break them apart, right? You can just use them as large chunks. It gives you the nice option. But having that at your disposal, having it sort of destructible terrain, which I feel like a thing you talk about all the time. means you
Breaking
can,
pieces.
yeah, right. People will find uses for it.
Anything that lets you show battle damage over time is just really
Right?
nice.
Or just react to what the players do. You know,
Mhm.
someone decides to set up a fireball, you can crack the thing and have, you know, whatever. Like you've got options. Even if you don't use it, you just knowing that you can break the thing apart feels like it's a nice lever to be able to pull. All right, modularity, double pegs. Oh, Chuck is highlighting. Yeah, I'm gonna mark 2 pole accessory holes right now. And so flat number. All right, I'm gonna cut this out. It'll be back post haste. I was thinking about moving the saw in here, but it seemed like maybe not the best idea.
Yeah, probably not. You're gonna be working the saw in there? I should probably mute him before he does that. How's it going, guys? Teardrop insert hole. It's good, Sander. Great. Flex you dead. He's just gone now. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody? Type of saw, not a foam cutter. Probably a bandsaw, I imagine. Is that the right name for the saw that's in there? Scroll saw? The scroll saw. Got it. Yeah, we did the drawing a while ago, Arthur. Let me look up scroll saw real quick. Yeah, that's what we got in there. Busy painting Dwarven Forge. What are you painting? Oh, I assume dungeons, huh? You're still awake? Awesome. Well, you know, if I didn't mute him and you heard the saw sounds come through, it'd probably keep you awake. Like, how did I miss it? Oh yeah, that was like a half hour ago or something. Everyone posted Michelle's obituary. Nice. I did my post on there recently too. Do you know when are you? Do you know when you're closing? I guess when you're getting the book. For that. I don't know how that process works necessarily. I don't hear the saw going off. I guess he is like 3 rooms away. His mic probably isn't even actually connecting from that far away. Actually, yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm not risking it. It's fine. Check his fingers. If he actually severely injures himself right now, I'm gonna be so pissed. If at 9 o'clock at night I have to deal with him injuring himself, he's stripping it with his teeth. Oh, I should have the sound on so you can just hear him like. Oh, that's good. Live stream the ER visit. Just keep the whole thing going. I don't know how I'd have to stream from my phone's not connected to this account. So I don't know. We'd have to like move you over to my personal account. Be bonus content. If you want to deal with New York healthcare right now, put some duct tape on it. Okay, I hear the saw going now. All right, here he comes. Yeah, here we go. Everything all right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I have a bunch of safety goggles hanging up on the side of the saw, and they were catching the foam and creating unsafe conditions, which is kind of ironic.
Oh no.
Yeah, it worked out fine. All right, so we got a basic shape here, and let's see if does this sit. All right. So we have a couple of spots where this guy can sit really nicely, and a lot of look at that. Right. We got a nice little guy there. Got a sink there. Boom. That one sits pretty nice. Yeah. All right, a lot of fun spots that can sit. We've got this nice. We got two flats, and we're gonna cut these up a little bit so they're not just flat. But that's gonna let us nestle up against. Well, that's not a great example, but right, we can go up against anything flat here.
You really don't notice the flat. You'll notice it less when it's like actually sculpted and textured too.
Yeah, when you even like see it less when it's like this. Yeah, don't you worry. We can cut a hole in the middle. Wait, which rock? Wait. Can you cut a hole in the middle of the flat piece that matches the base of the rock you just held it to? What are we cutting the hole in for?
A hole in the middle of that flat piece that matches the base of the rock you just held to it.
This little stepped rock? The large rock? Which the
Does she mean the
ice,
smallest flow?
ice chunk or the this did I hold something else up? I think it was just these two,
I think
right?
the guy you were holding kind of matches one of the flow shapes.
No, it's the other one. The ice chunk. So wait, cut a hole.
Where?
Oh, that's an interesting like in other words, if there was a hole in here that you could drop this into the thing and then pop it out. Oh, that's interesting.
A hole near the center for a trap?
I wonder if
we need a spot to put.
You know, here's another. So I don't want to cut a I don't want to cut a hole like because Chris hit the nail on the head with the job of this is to be the foundation for everything, right? We don't want to put a teardrop in this thing, right? This has got to be but to that end, I bet so we're gonna figure out the profile for this guy. I bet we can make this guy nest like really nicely in here, right? Like we can have one of the sides designed so that it'll nest like really happily into this thing, so we can have like you can nest it up as part of our kind of building our big ice sheet, breakable ice sheet thing. We like let's give this also an outside nesting option, and actually it nests pretty nicely on. Let's see what else we got. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
They're just blind luck. Although you know what's funny is I will often repeat shapes like. So I cut on a scroll saw, and because it's easier for me to control lines and curves, or whatever. And I will find myself repeating, like over hundreds of mocks. Like you'll just end up there's certain curves and shapes and like signs that are just I end up there's that sort of muscle memory if I repeat those shapes. So like sometimes just by habit or muscle memory, I will end up repeating curves that end up being sympathetic. Like look at that, interesting. That also fits right there. Yeah. All right, so let's sit on this. Oh wait, we're gonna look at with a negative space here. See what? Okay, so because there's three. Man, there's so many things I want to try and do with this medium one, but we'll get there. So number one is, all right. So now we basically have two copies of the same shape, so we could see like, hey, what happens if we put them together like this? So maybe what we want to do. Oh, you can't see it perfectly from there. So maybe what we want to do, looking at this, is maybe we want to kick this out a little bit so it nests like. See that line? Like it's not quite. Right, I don't know if you see it there. Like there's a little bit of trickery we can do here so that this will kick out. This kicks out just a little bit in there and fill that. Like it'll be a really pleasing. Like we'll have a very long connective bit. That I think we'll buy. And then let's see what we get here. Yeah, and then funny enough, if that's kicking out, it also closes this gap a little bit too. And then where was the other flat? This like diagonal to diagonal. It's gonna work too.
What's the latest guess for when this might hit GameFound?
2020. What year are we in?
We're in
2026?
26 currently.
Yeah, 2026. Maybe my that's my best guess.
Don't pressure us. You're being too aggressive.
We're going as fast as we can.
We're under a lot of pressure.
Under pressure. Running down.
Yes, this 2026, this year.
Yeah, so I think I just want to kick that out a spickle, and that'll get us better nesting when we do the main flat to main flat. And then this becomes, so then the question is, what do we have here? So what am I saying? So I'm saying this comes out spickle. So this is, so
Tyler's saying, wait, Nate, can we not promise 2026?
Who are you saying that?
Tyler. He's like, don't tell him 2026. What are you doing?
No, okay, 2027? No. We're launching this year.
I know, he's saying shouldn't one of them be reversed. Oh, do you have...
Want to what be reversed? No.
Is one of them flipped over?
No.
I don't know.
They're right on the... Right? We're going like this. Don't promise this year.
A frozen waterfall could double as a glacier going in the ocean as well. If you put it on its side, it becomes a river.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's like feels like the riddle of the Sphinx.
Hey, Crab Battle, how you doing?
All right, so if we do something like that.
What you gonna do with all this hokey pokey nonsense around tariffs? Yeah. I can't believe that
It's
so far the result of the tariffs being struck down is we are probably going to pay higher tariffs than we were on the restock.
Well, I'm assuming it's going to land, like it's going to be, I don't know, who knows, because actually it's arriving soon, isn't it?
You're right. It's the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
we'll probably end up paying higher
more
tariffs
on this one
on this restock because they got struck down.
Yeah, it's
because they just haven't stopped.
It's crazy.
Baby.
Okay, so let's assume that right now this thing's gonna kick out just a spickle, like that, and then if we've got these guys like this, we're gonna look at what's this space over here. So based on what we already have, do we have an angle here that fits in that zone? Oh, look at this guy. Already kind of nests nice. All right, so look at this. We already have a really nice nest between these. Oh man. Okay. I'm going to ask a question. I already know what the answer is, but I don't want the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Yeah, what's up? So nobody really knows how the cars reproduce in the Pixar Cars universe. I know we were talking about it earlier today too. It's really confusing. But yeah, there is no real answer to it.
The tailpipe?
Yeah.
Where was so do people want these to biscuit together? Like, is that going to be? I don't know how we can do, like, because this nest really like. Are they? Because these can biscuit together because they're on flats, but like, I don't know if we can get another one to biscuit in.
I mean, if they're just gonna be sitting on the floor anyways, like if they're not cantilevering out into the air.
Okay, good. We got a whole bunch of no's. Okay, thank you. Good. Paul, stop, Paul. You're not.
What we'd really need is something thinner, probably like a triple peg system.
Triple peg system.
Yeah.
Limp biscuit for the nooks. For the nookies. What if it doesn't have an anchor magnet? All right, so what's kind of neat here is, check this out. So this guy is gonna nest. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend. If we extend this guy just a spickle out here, right? So we'll fill that space. We can maybe nook over there. We have a really good nook here, and then Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Which side did I just extend? Darn it, I extended that side. Okay.
We
so,
are at 9 o'clock.
Oh boy.
Just so you know.
Wow, I didn't even get even close to the other thing. We didn't even cut. All right, so then what we're gonna do is we'll cut a little notch over here, so this will kick in. So we already have, and if this kicks, all right. So I think we're dangerously close to having these be able to tile
Mm-hmm.
in a really nice way, so that you can make. I do need a piece of paper taped all of them. You're right. Oh, good beans.
Told there was a bean. These are all beans.
Yeah, these are all beans.
Those rock mocks, I think, were totally new.
Did you guys see this yet?
No, I guess they weren't rock mocks, but those.
You see that?
Is that bean enough? I can't remember if we showed that or not. I can't remember if we showed that.
Oh, they do break the box, right? Proto beans. A spickle is it's a small unit of measure. It's like just the right amount. So okay, so I think we're on something. If this it's not going to take much to have this, and it's going to get the asymmetry we're looking. We cut a little thing over here, we jut out a little over there, and then we're going to have, and let's see how it fits in this head. But I think we're going to have some ways that you can get these to make some big ice flows with little cracks that they can then break apart in nice ways, making sure they'll still stack, and we'll get there. So we made some good progress. It's exciting. They're acceptable. Jeez, thanks. Yeah, it's just a bit more than a smidge.
Is there was that the bean that you had planned, or was there a bean that you had planned?
Well, the whole second piece that was to iterate on had a couple of beans with it, but we'll get there.
We'll do that later,
we gotta parse this out. We got days to go. But you saw six new pieces in the works, mocks of bits, as well as that dripstone.
I think it's the first time that we've said that we were going to have clear cast ice pieces as well.
Yeah.
That ice wall functionality and everything.
Thanks, Tormuk. All right, so we'll be back next week with Eli in the house.
We're gonna be
doing
in Eli's house.
We're going up to Vermont.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing some fun creativity with Eli. If you haven't ever seen him on stream, really fun to we just we're gonna dive deep into the process. A lot of fun stuff that Eli spews out. It's very exciting. And what's happening with Hobby Hang tomorrow night? Do you know what the plan is?
He always calls it just like kind of day of. His life's a little crazy right now, so it's usually he never knows until the day of, basically.
Eli is a fun guy. Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, this dripstone will take the clear rods. There's right there, clear rod hole. This is the new core of our new dripstone system. You'll see. There's no hang tomorrow because he's teaching. He's doing a kill team event at the B-Strat.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and look at the inverted side. Over to this thing. We got some fun new dripstone magic. Kill team.
All
right, so we'll be back next week with Eli and more perilous excitement. And thanks. It's always fun to have so many familiar faces and new faces as well.
Yes,
we really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. Watching foam get drawn on.
Yeah. Looking at crafts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the process. This is literally what we do. Well, what's fun is when you get to see it when it actually becomes, down the line, a year and a half from now when you get pieces in hand, you're like, oh yeah,
some of the first on the Anvils were the waterfall mocking streams.
And remember the Eli sculpting the stepped crag with the Death's Head moth and or the Luna moth. That was So it's Although sculpting is maybe a little more exciting than cutting up foam. But it's all part of it. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Wait,
it's amazing how long that takes.
Where did my end the stream button go? What?
Are we stuck here forever? Are we still in?
Oh, OBS is glitching out. Wait, all the buttons for like managing the stream are gone.
I thought for sure I was gonna get through all these and get to the next thing, and not even
Oh
close.
no.
Are we stuck forever?
How do I stop this?
shut down the computer?
OBS is freaking out. I might just need to close OBS.
Whoa.
Okay.
We have to pay OBS.
I'm doing
to
that.
stop.
Okay, I figured it. I figured it out.
I mean,
all right,
after
we're good.
like 6 years
All
of
right.
streaming.
All right, we're good. I've never seen that happen before. OBS
We
just
needed our
started freaking out.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, there we go.
Couldn't have it.
All right.
Oh, they want one more bean.
Everything went too smoothly. Another bean? Are you just gonna do it?
I don't know.
Are you...
Woo, from here.
That's what you do.
That was it. That's all they got.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that was it.
All right. Okay. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Good night.